So now the scholar, Ibn Jama'ah, he clarifies 6 reasons why knowledge is more virtuous than the voluntary acts. The first reason is that knowledge, its benefit, goes to others. Its benefit is not only restricted to the individual himself, but rather it spreads to others. Whereas voluntary acts, you pray 2 sunnah or 4 sunnah, that reward is restricted to you, yourself. So as for knowledge, then that goes to and spreads to others, the benefit of it. The second reason is that with knowledge, you correct those voluntary acts that you do. With knowledge, you correct the voluntary acts, and you know what is legislated and what is not legislated. Without knowledge, you can't pray 100 rak'ahs and say, I'm praying sunnah. For there's no evidence for that. Meaning after Maghrib, I pray 100 rak'ahs. Why? Because there's sunnah, some sunnah found somewhere, there's 100 rak'ahs. No. To have knowledge is a must to do these acts of worship. For your acts of worship must be built upon knowledge. So for that reason, it corrects your acts which are voluntary, and it also teaches you that which is legislated from it. The third reason is that the scholars are the inheritors of the prophets, and it is not mentioned to us that the worshippers are inheritors of the prophets. So those who are inheritors of the prophets are the scholars. So for that reason, their gain in knowledge is more virtuous than nawafil. One of the reasons. The fourth reason is that seeking or obeying the scholar is obligatory. It is obligatory at times. For Allah says, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask the people of knowledge if you do not know. And Allah says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ وَأُولِي الْأَمْرِ مِنْكُمْ. O you believe, obey Allah and obey His Messenger, and those who have been put in charge from amongst you. Shaykh al-Islam and Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Qayyim rahimahumullah, they mentioned that from those who have been put in charge are the scholars. The scholars have this right as well to be considered from Ulil Amr, along with the rulers, as we've clarified before. Number 5 is that the traces of knowledge remains after the person has passed away. After the individual passes away, the trace of knowledge remains. In opposition to much of the nawafil, for it stops after his companion passes away. Now this is not regarding all the nawafil, because sadaqah is also voluntary, and it remains after the individual passes away. But knowledge, its traces in totality remains, so long as it's sincerely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As the Prophet ﷺ, he said that when a man dies, his actions are cut off, except 3. What are the 3? Anyone know the 3? Yes? Sadaqatun jariyah, continuous sadaqah, yes? A righteous child making dua for his father or his mother, yes? And knowledge which benefits. So the knowledge remains even after the death of the individual. And number 6 that he mentions, that knowledge remaining in it is giving life to the legislation, the sharia, preserving the sharia from being lost. And the one who preserves the sharia and aids upon that, then his preserving of that is greater than any nawafil he can do. Then it is greater than any nawafil that he can do. For preserving the sharia, the legislation, by way of knowledge, is greater than a person praying 2 rak'ahs every single day, and by it he only benefits himself. For by this, generations will preserve by this knowledge, and you'll get rewarded for it. As you said, that this reward continues in after he passes away. So inshallah we'll stop with this.